Good morning, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. If you're not familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on the show. Now, if you would like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag ThisweekInDioramas. Now, we've got an amazing showcase lined up for you this week, as always, so we're just going to jump right on into it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. We've got a lot of amazing dioramas, as always, and we are going to start with this one, Pujitos Dioramas. This one is super cool. Now, those of you not familiar, these sorts of dioramas, especially the Star Wars space style dios, if you have a 3D printer, this is something that you definitely could easily print off these little panels, light panels, and throw some sort of diffusement piece behind it. And that's kind of why I wanted to showcase this. I don't want to say that it's simple, but it's definitely something that you could quickly put together. Now, he's got a lot of really great details within here. The lights, especially these light panels here, that's a great touch. Just wondering if these are individual LEDs or if these are essentially cutouts with little gels or something to give it different color. Because back around here, you could use any sort of backlight that you wanted. You could use the LED strip lights, you could use all sorts of different things. So I really wanted to showcase this one because this is something that a lot of people have Star Wars figures. They're not sure how to display them. This is an excellent way of doing it. It might not take a ton of work to get something like this. Now, I think you packaged it very, very well. It looks awesome. I love the fact that you've got, essentially, we're looking at it from the corner. You've got the ceiling up here, and both of these walls are open. That's a nice touch rather than having it entirely closed down, which you might have for that option. It looks like this wall might come off. Is that correct? I think it is, because I think... I'm not sure. Oh, no, you don't. You're just taking in pictures at different angles. I really dig this piece. I really like it. I think you did a great job on it, and this is something that I would highly encourage, especially new dio creators, to look into doing something like this. You might, as a new dio creator, might not make something quite as nice as this, but you can get pretty darn close. Next, coming from Dipped in Customs, this is The Stoop. And I gotta say, the workmanship on this is spectacular. The paint work, the sculpt work, it looks so good. The paint is really what's drawing my eye. You've weathered it so well. This looks like an old type of stoop. You've done a great job with the concrete. It actually looks realistic. And then the brick with the mortar, all of that looks awesome. The door is painted so very nicely. That weathering on there looks so good. Loving all the debris. That really adds to the nature of this, that this is probably not in a great neighborhood. There's probably a lot of crime now. Used to be a nice neighborhood, and now it's just fallen into decay. So great job on this piece. This one's coming from Kraken's Customs. I believe this is still a work in progress, but I wanted to showcase it because it's already looking pretty darn awesome. This is Matt Murdock's apartment, and it looks awesome. Already, you've done a great job. I love the fact that you put in a ceiling. You've got some nice skylights here. This window, or these sets of windows, look so good. I love it, and I'm wondering, I have a guess as to how you colored those windows. Is it just Sharpie? Colored Sharpies? Is that what you did, or is there, because it looks like it painted on. Now, I know that there are transparent acrylic paints that you can get for just this purpose. Would love to know this, but there's a lot going on with this apartment, and there are some pictures coming up where you can see they are sculpting some of this furniture by hand, and I think they're sculpting all of it, and it's just looking so spectacular. Let's see, next picture. Here we go. Look at that. Just made out of pink foam, sculpted it out. They've got a screenshot here so they can have their reference shot. Awesome. I am really digging on this piece. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's completed. Next, coming from DB Dioramas, good to see you back. Something a little different than usual, 3D printed Gundam figure on a small diorama. Just I don't want to say just a, let's restart my words. I like it. It looks really nice. I like the nature scene, the display piece. It's really cool that you framed it all in and the entire thing is sculpted. So every angle that you're looking at it, you're gonna see different details. It looks great. So very, very nicely done. This one's coming from DNIDX22. Tony, the end is part of the journey. 500 plus books later. Now they need to make more bookshelves. I just wanted to note the amount of work that it took to make all of these books. My guess is that you printed each of these little book sleeves or book covers off, and I'd love to know what you're using for the insert of the pages. I've got a bunch of printouts that I'm meaning to make into books so I can get a nice bookshelf like this as well. What are you using as the inside for the pages? A lot of folks will use just a piece of foam and they'll kind of scratch it up and then paint it with that kind of off-white color. I'd love to know, because this is pretty darn intense, the number of books that you created, so you had to make a lot of those page inserts, so I would love to know. Next, Bambino Dioramas. This is a great looking piece. Finished the diorama for their Mythic Legions figure with a few small details. Proud of the fire effect. This looks awesome. We showcased this, I think it was last week. Loving the finished product. I think you did a great job on this piece. That door is spectacular looking. I just love this piece a lot. It looks so good. It turned out great. Love the little swords that you've got on the side. These little embellishment features and the little, these would be like, I don't know what they are, but they look great. Everything looks awesome on here. I love the details, the paintwork, everything. Nicely done. This one is coming from the Shambles House. Not a lot of detail, but it is obviously a Halloween style piece. This is the NECA. I don't know what this guy is, Pumpkinhead or whatever the heck his name is. I don't remember. It's just a fun piece. It's got a very different style than a lot of the dios that we have. I'm guessing that you you did make this from scratch. Maybe the door you might have gotten from, say, a Hobby Lobby or something that looks kind of familiar, but it looks great. I love the fact that the siding, it's not perfect. There's those, I guess, defects or not straight lines, and it really adds to that creep factor. So great job on this piece. Lots of really nice detail. It's gonna look awesome on a shelf. This next one, coming from Virtual Oneer, is pretty darn awesome, and unfortunately, because of how sensitive YouTube is, I did decide to blur out the young lady in this because they're very, particular about showing young kids. So I apologize for that, but this one, it is a work that Figside Brian had asked Virtual Oneer to do for their stepdaughter, Lina. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I apologize on that. I do wish that I could show this picture, so go check Virtual Oneer's profile out to see this young lady. But the diorama we will showcase and talk about because it is so well done. The graffiti on here is the superstar on the diorama. It looks so incredible. The paintwork on this looks absolutely spectacular. I love this window that you've got here. It just looks awesome. Not sure who this little girl is here, but this thing just looks awesome. So great job. Next, coming from Mighty Kane, check this out. It is a space dio piece, and my guess is, so it says that it's a prototype. You could hit them up if you are looking for something like this. I am certain they sell these, so hit them up if this is something you are looking for. I believe they'll sell it to you unpainted, maybe painted, I don't know. Check it out, send them a DM. Mighty Kane does some amazing work. This is not necessarily, this isn't 3D printed. I believe these are cast of some sort. I'm always forgetting. So awesome job on this, just for the sheer talent of the work that you do. I just love it every single time when I see these. I always want one. So great job on this. Next, coming from Nerdorama, short video of their latest scratch-built dio for sale if you are up for something like this. I have to say, this looks so realistic. The work on here, the dirt, the rock, the grasses, all of the textures that you've got throughout here look so natural. They have a very realistic look. You even have the little fungus things growing off the side of this little log, which is awesome. I love the fact that you've got a predator on here because I think that works very well with this piece. Just loving all the paintwork, all of the little details. Front to back, side to side, there's detail work, intricacy throughout. It's just a great, solid looking piece all around. So very nicely done. Next, coming from Splattered in Red, another alleyway complete. Let's see, it's going out to the giveaway winner. So there was a giveaway, looks like Figure Lens won. They've been waiting on it. This piece looks awesome. So it looks like there are a couple of walls here. You got one here and one here. The door looks awesome. I love the detail with the little bolts that are ringing around it, and then you kept that going with the interior part of the door. Lots of details on this door, which looks great. Some nice signage, some little graffiti here. Looks great. Look at that. Even a little chain hanging down off of the conduit to the power box. Just a great looking piece all around. And check out this ground piece. There's some nice breaking debris here, which is awesome. And I'm wondering, is that a picture of Tony Stark? It almost looks like Tony Stark. It could be Obama. It's hard to see from my screen. But this is kind of the quintessential Obama, poster look. But it doesn't look like it's Obama. I don't know, but I like it. It looks great. I just really digging on this piece. So great job and congratulations to Figure Lens who won that. Hopefully you've got it by now. This one's coming from Sama Dioramas. They are working with Rhino Dioramas, and they have a new store, Propmasters store. Let's see, propmasters-store.com. Go check them out. They're doing 3D printed items, sculpting, head sculpts, all of that sort of stuff. And this piece, though it is small and maybe simple, it's not that simple. There's a lot of detail packed into this small little piece. So we've got kind of like a little wall chunk. There's a bunch of bullet holes, this little computer monitor screen, and it just looks awesome. I think you did a great job. The paintwork on here is awesome. And of course, the presentation of this is so well done. I always harp on this, not harp, but I always talk about how I love that kind of infinite black. It's not completely infinite black for the background, but I really like this. It gives that real feeling of tension and whatnot. So great job on this. Next, I'd like to congratulate Dioramas Tom for his first TV interview related to dioramas. And this is really cool. Anytime somebody in the community is getting a little more recognition beyond just our community and into the public realm, that is super cool. Your work is always so amazing. I know that we showcased this one. I believe this was a Bob Marley piece. So it's so cool to see that recognition that is going out and beyond just our realm of the community and into your local community with the news. So congratulations on that. Next, this one's coming from Seething Customs, their newest diorama made for Unparalleled Universe. I watch their channel for reviews and whatnot, so make sure that you go check them out. This is a really nice diorama, very, very cleanly done. Obviously, this is going to be amazing for photography, and I'm just excited to see what he comes up with this piece. You can see his signature logo, his little character guy right there, so that is a nice little touch. Lots of space for him to be able to add some signage or whatever he wants to add to it, but just look at all of what's going on here. This window with all the cracks on here, the little piece that's broken out. Clearly this building has some stories to tell, and I think who better than Unparalleled Universe to take this thing and tell some of those stories. So great job on this piece, and interior and exterior, dang, that's awesome. Next is coming from Townsend Art Studios. Let's see, after posting a Kung Fu Master display, wanted to also show admiration for Jackie Chan. So this diorama piece, obviously, it's got that Kung Fu feeling, which I really like. I like the structural aspects of this. Very well executed. The colors look awesome. I'm wondering if these little screen doors open and close or not. That would be cool to see. Maybe it shows in the pictures. I don't think... Ooh, it does. It does look like those open and close. That is awesome. And it looks like you might have used some of that textured spray. I forget what brand, if it's with Rust-Oleum or whatever, and that works really, really well on this, so great job on this piece. This one's coming from Mr. G.I. Brand. This is, it looks to be kind of like a, almost like a back alleyway sort of diorama. Really liking the architectural piece that your aspects of this. One thing that I would note if you wanted to take this even further to the very next level. So on the ground here, it's fairly obvious that you've done the dry brushing, which is totally fine. What I would recommend that you do to bring down the brightness and make this look a little more natural is, one, you could do more dry brushing of some darker colors to bring that down because it's very bright in some areas. Or what you could do is water down some browns to the point where they're so incredibly watery that you don't think that they're going to do much, and just kind of lay that down all throughout that. Let it dry a little bit, then pat it off, and then try some other colors, and that'll tone this down just a little bit, and it'll kind of mask some of those brush strokes that you can see here. But I'm really liking what you've got here. I especially like the blue with the green. That looks really cool, so great job on this. This one's coming from Merck's Loadout. Commission work done, and I gotta say, this piece looks spectacular. I love the paintwork on here. It just all around looks awesome. The sculpt work with all your bricks just looks amazing. It's one of those warehouse sort of dioramas, but you added some additional character with this door. You got the 69 up above, and there's a story to tell around what's happened here. How many henchmen have been shot down, taken into custody, whatever, in this place. Is it some sort of drug ring or whatever? I don't know. There's just tons of great things that could come from this, and I just love the paintwork on here. It looks so good, so awesome job. Next, coming from Johnny Simpleton, he's got some progress on a junk-built 1950s UFO. He's always just bringing out the creativity, and I'm always amazed at what he comes up with. So basically, it's an old-fashioned UFO. How cool is this? I dig it. I love it. It looks so cool. I love the little rivets that you got throughout here, the little wires, all of it. So it's just fun, and it's a great idea. It's very unique, so awesome job. Next, coming from Rotten Kid 76, waiting on Loki to air on the West Coast, and so why not build up a diorama. Really liking the paint on here. The weathering looks awesome. This first, so I'm not certain what I'm seeing here. My first thought was, is it looked like a butt. It looked a bit like a butt. I don't think that's what it's supposed to be, but that's where my mind goes. So chew on that. But I really like this piece. I think it looks great. I love the artwork that you've got on here with the graffiti and whatnot. Obviously, I know that this is like a bomb, but I'm not sure what that is. I'm very interested. So great job on this piece. This one's coming from Kaiju Blocks. Maybe I said that right. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. There's a lot going on with this piece, and I really like that door. The door looks so good with all of the graffiti that is strewn throughout it, and then it almost has kind of that neon light feel to it, and it's just so impressive. And then you throw some more graffiti tags here and up here, and we've got an ice chest that's just completely riddled with tags as well, and then so many props within here. This just looks so good. It is a complete piece that's going to be awesome for displaying some figures, or you could take some really awesome ACBA style pictures with it too. So I really am impressed with this piece. It is for sale, so that is, looks like it's pending, so Maybe you'll have to hit them up if this already is sold and grab a different one, but awesome job. Next is coming from Styro Smith Dio Arts, work in progress, another prop for the cathedral. Let's see, the next leftover project kit, blah, 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 blah. This is just so impressive. The paintwork just is always on point. You're sculpting, all of this is sculpted. It looks awesome. Wow, I'm just impressed every time I see your work. It always is unique, and you can see the talent just coming out onto these materials, and it's just amazing to see. Let's cycle through some of these pictures so you can see a little more detail with the work in progress here. There's a lot going on with these stones, and you've just really nailed it. There's some extra detail, texture added in, which really brings it to that next level. The door looks awesome, so great job as always. This next one really grabbed my attention. It is at least posted by KCO Gear. Now I'm not sure if they are the creator of this World War Z diorama, so if you're not the creator, I would love to know who made this. This thing is so cool. It is such a great display piece with the zombie horde that's climbing up each other to get to this chopper that's either coming in to rescue someone or is trying to leave. This is just so spectacular. The color tones look so great. I love the fact that you've got this, it's like a semi-truck trailer or whatever that's almost buried within the ground. Same with this car. It just looks so good. Not sure if all of these little figures are hand sculpted, where they come from, but this is just so impressive, and I love seeing pieces like this. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, all of that other junk, and I will see you in the next episode.